this too. I've been inspired to say this last night in my studies, and today I did a quick video of it on Instagram. But I wanted to talk about self-acceptance right now. You know, the world does not accept itself, and advertising is directed at people who don't accept themselves. And people are feeling guilty about who they are, so they go buy the new car. I'm not saying if you went and bought a new car that you're guilty of anything. You know, it's empowering to buy a new car or to get the whip that you need for your mission and purpose in life. I'm not saying that. But we all know how advertising works. Like, you know, you bought the Honda. If you were really smart, you would have bought the Mercedes. Guilt. You know, oh, you went to Burger King? Ooh, you're not good enough. You should have gone to McDonald's because we've got this special right now. Look how advertising plays on the sense of self-worthlessness. Appreciate yourself. Self-acceptance is the key to hip-hop. It brings a sense of peace to us. Even the change of ourselves. So often we want to change something about ourselves, and so we want to better ourselves. We want to become stronger and work out more, and we want to become more knowledgeable. We want to become master a certain subject because we don't like who we are. That's not the way to motivate. It's only going to bring more and breed more of it. If you're working out right now because you just don't like yourself, because you feel guilty about who you are, because you're not accepting who you are, if you're growing from a place like, oh man, I don't love myself, I need to work out. If I work out, maybe I'll love myself more. That's not the motivation. Check this out. This is the shift in consciousness right here. You know what? My body's, I need to work out more. I love myself. So I'm going to choose to work out more because I want to preserve my body and have it last longer and be stronger and be more healthy because I love myself. Why are you working out? I'm working out because I love myself. I'm not working out so I can love myself. I'm working out because I love myself. I'm not mastering to become an MC because, oh man, I don't like who I am. I'm just John and oh man, you know, people don't really respect me. So, oh man, I don't really respect myself. So maybe if I learn to rap and if I master my element, maybe, you know, I bet I could love myself after I've done this. I'm telling you, that is you're starting off from a weakened position. Check out the difference. You know what? I need more respect in my life. I'm just not getting the respect I know that I need from people in my life. And I care about myself. I love myself so much. I love myself too much to be treated less than by other people. You know, to be treated by disrespect with people. I love myself too much to allow that to happen. You know what? I'm going to master MCing because I respect myself, because I love myself, because I need to better myself, because of that love I have for myself. I'm going to master my craft. I'm going to master my MCing. I'm going to learn these principles of the hip-hop declaration of peace, not to bring myself to love, but to work from the love that I already am. My nobility. Let's start from the empowerment. We're not working towards empowerment. We're starting from the empowerment right here, right now, today, yesterday, and in the future. We start from the empowerment. Love and accept who you are right now, no matter where you are, no matter what you've done in your past. I've done a lot of things that I'm not proud of. My character fell many times in my life. I didn't love myself. I didn't know how to love myself. And you know what? My environment, my outer environment reflected that back to me. I didn't know any better. I was ignorant. I was asleep. But when I woke up to this empowerment, oh, life itself began waking up with me. I started walking around and my chest out, my head held high. You know, this was a gradual process that brought me to the temple of hip hop. You know, I used to love when I teach martial arts in the kids class in jiu-jitsu, and this was the only reason I did it. I remember seeing these young kids. I remember this one dude in particular. I remember this one kid. He came in his very first class. He came in, his shoulders were down, his head was sunk down. I was like, "What's up, little man?" And he like looked at me. He's like, "Hi." I was like, "What's your name?" He's like, "Tim." He has head down and his shoulders hunched. I was like, "Come on, dude, let's do this." And this was just it just warms my heart to think about Tim. He I remember we had the little punching bag out, and this kid was 8 or 9, and his parents were like, "Well, we're bringing him here to increase his self-confidence. He doesn't have a lot of confidence in himself." And this kid, I remember I put the punching bag in front of him, and I remember this girl. She was 11 or 12 at the time, and she was a hot shot. She was dope. She was so empowered. She came up there, and she's just ripping into the bag, pop, 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 pop. And every kid in the class was like empowered. And here's Timmy coming up behind her to build his self-confidence, and he just sees her rip into this bag, through this punching bag, and he comes up and his head's down and his shoulders is down. And I'm like, "Oh, come on, Tim, you could do it." And he hits the bag and his wrist bends and his little fist, it just taps the bag. And he started kind of wincing. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And he starts apologizing for himself. I was like, "No need to apologize, Tim. You got this." I showed him, here's how you make a fist. Here's how you punch. And homegirl, actually, I asked her, I held the bag, and she came up and she showed Tim how to throw a punch, just how to throw a quick punch, a jab, how to twist his wrist, how to corkscrew his power in it. And, he started doing a repetition. And then she let go of his arm, right? And it's time for him to punch that bag himself. And he went back and whap! He hit that bag so hard for an 8-year-old. It was amazing. And his eyes lit up. His confidence lit up. He was like, "I did it. I did it." And he was walking with his head high. He got back in the line. He was smiling from ear to ear. That's God. That is God. That's how God works. And that's why it's so important that we erase this colonized system completely from how we teach. This is why we need 8-year-olds and 11-year-olds and 15-year-olds and 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds all in the same class, teaching these principles, teaching these things. Like when we go out to plant our gardens in Hip Hop City, we'll have kids and elders and adults. This is how the tribe used to work. Everybody contributed. Kids love to plant in the yard. It's free labor. For real. Kids love to participate, man. How many little boys love to hand their dad the hammer when he's out, putting up a wall? And a really good dad's going to be like, "Oh, son, stand back so you're safe. But here's how you hit the nail. Let me give you a little piece of wood. Let me start the nails driving. Go ahead and hit it with your own hammer. Go ahead and bend the nails first. Get your stroke in there, how to hammer a nail." This is how we teach. And this is how we inspire. And this is how we empower. My nobility, we have to empower one another. And it all starts with you, empowering yourself and getting your head up high and knowing you are not only worthy, knowing that you are not only loved, but knowing that you are capable of doing something of value. Do you know how valuable it is at this time? Take advantage of it now, because it won't always be like this. People in the future are going to know. Hip hoppers in the future are going to know about the Hip Hop Declaration of Peace. You're going to go up to teach it, in 50 years, and people are like, "We know all about that. We want to hear about this or that." But there's still going to be those who need to know how to teach it. Understand the value of being able right now, today, and that you're getting here on the foundation, on the ground floor of the Temple of Hip Hop that's been around for 30 years already, 25 years, whatever it's been. Check it out. You are still in on the ground floor of this. Master that Hip Hop Declaration of Peace, and you will add value to not only yourself, but to your community as well. This This is self-empowerment. That's what you get when you come to the temple of hip hop. You learn how to punch a punching bag as an 8-year-old. And then, to finish the story on Tim, that little guy came in with a pep in his step and a spring in his sting every week after that. He wanted to learn every kick, every roll, every tumble, every fall, every throw, every philosophy there was. His parents were like, we didn't know this was going to work so well. I was like, hey, I didn't know this was going to work so well either. I'm just as amazed as you are. And you know what? It was really Tim. It was really him. He's the one who did the work. He's the one who became self-empowered. He's the one who found his own value in self. We were this there as guys to help him find who he really was.